Bang, bang. Yeah, here we go, baby. Let's shoot that fucking breeze, motherfuckers. I don't care about algorithms because the editor's intro video is going to cover my ass.
35 seconds, it's not.
You put the warning label on it. I'll fucking
It's
make
fine.
sure there's a warning
It's
label
fine.
in this. Andrew's a nonce, all right. I'm Rob Campbell.
And I am your bastard, Craig Challoner.
And I'm Daniel. I've told you got all the sauces. Look, there's ketchup, there's sweet curry, there's barbecue, there's fucking. I've told you all the fucking sauces. Cornfield. Did tell
If you watch Top Gimmicks, you'll get that little follow on. That doesn't normally happen round here, so I'll explain it.
Fuck it.
Don, you've been to McDonald's quite a bit, but
that was from last night, dude. That was from
yeah,
last
I'm sure
night.
it fucking was, bro. I'm sure it fucking was.
It's just collecting the sauce. Fuck it.
Were they for chicken nuggets or nah?
They were for
just for the shits.
Well, that was enough about this morning. There were chicken nuggets. There was some Big Mac, some chicken selects.
Nice.
Did you try the spicy chicken nuggets as well?
No good.
Not really.
No.
Got to buy that.
No
Got to
good.
buy that.
I tried them when they brought them out last year.
Oh, the first time they probably didn't.
And they were shit. So I was like, yeah.
I like a bit of spice, but
I'm all right, thanks. I love spice. Everybody knows that I love spice. Shout out to my favourite Indian that has recently turned 24. Thanks.
That restaurant's going well.
I'm going to say
that restaurant is
especially
fucking
through COVID
class.
as well. Fair cop,
absolutely, fucking class.
Fair play. It's an all-you-can-eat as well, which is always good.
It is.
It's weird. It's only a one-person per sitting sort of rule, though, from what I've heard.
Is it?
It is.
Oh. Well.
Anyway.
So great.
Welcome to Shooting the Breeze, people.
Oh, like we don't have a script for any of the others, Eddie.
Fuck them all. Oh, Armand's back. All right, you sexy bastard. Bit of rape. Oh, there we go. It's all good.
I just wanted to anger rage somewhere else.
So last time on Shooting the Breeze, I lived up to my name.
Oh.
And I brought the bastard with the questions last time. Don, you would have really enjoyed Survivor Series special.
I fucking would not.
Oh, you would not. You would not.
I had
you would have
reasons,
enjoyed
I had
watching
excuses,
Rob.
but there was a couple that I got really close on, and I was still fuming about it all. And then there was some that were just ridiculous.
Did you punch that pillow?
No, the arm of this chair took a beating.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good Rainman. I think it was. I felt like it went really well.
The hardest one to date, without a doubt. Today will probably top that, I hope. I'm more ready for it this week than I was last week, but we'll give it a go.
This week
to the main event.
This week's nice, a nice chill one. I thought,
I didn't
we'd
start
have
a
a nice
timer,
chill one. Oh, like it makes a fucking
apparently
difference.
we do timers. We forgot our gimmick. When did we stick to the timer anyway?
We didn't stick to it. We hear it sometimes. But a little bit of a clean up from last week. Last week, me and Rob had a chat after our top 5 gimmick, after top of the gimmicks, about Jurassic Park.
Oh.
The Jurassic Park movies.
You know that means something very different for me.
Well, Dominion. I've just watched Dominion. Well, I say just watched. It was a couple of weeks back. So I was like, I don't think it falls in the top 5. Turns out it does fall in my top 5. So I fucking top 6 to these fuckers because there's only 6 films, so why not add the 6th one? Okay. So just for a little clean up, number 6, Jurassic Park 3, because let's face it, pile of wank. Number 5, Fallen Kingdom.
But that had the Nokia theme thing in the shit. It was good.
Yeah, Fallen Kingdom number 5. Didn't need that film. Pile of wank. Number 4, Dominion. Watch it because it's the new one. Other than that, number 3, Jurassic Park 2. Fucking dead good. Love that film. Number 2, Jurassic World, because it's dead good. And number 1, obviously, Jurassic Park, the first film, 93.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Exactly. And so that's my cleanup from last week. Anything else that went wrong? Fuck it. What a sexy T-Rex.
You play the fake, and you play the fail version of the record.
Hold on a fucking minute. Right. You see these, yeah? Let's fucking call this out, right? Because that fucking motherfucking king of ours has been referred to having sausage hands and fingers. These look nothing like that motherfucker hissing at people to me. Why is he being a fucking lizard? Just because your mum's died, you're not supposed to give up the game and tell people and tell the world that you're a fucking lizard king. What are you doing? You fucking
I'm happy with having lizards. They've got sausage fingers.
Long live our lizard overlords, and may they reign eternal.
May they reign from the centre of the earth.
The point I'm making here is the last time we talked about sausage fingers on this programme or any of our programme, it was about my sausage fingers delivering great pleasure. But you need to answer for your sins now, because my hands look nothing like that red fucking bastard that we've seen on the telly.
No, but the thing is, you've got them sex fingers, them sex sausage fingers.
This is it. Now,
like, you know,
I've got the Cumberland, like,
fucking
top of the range.
Oh, I'm telling you now.
He's rocking with the Richmond fingers, where you're bringing the fucking full game.
Oh,
I'm gonna say
from the butchers,
you're bringing like caramelized red onion, burnt apple, and cedar wood.
Easy. Oh, you know what I do love though? I love a good tomato sausage. Fucking strong bit of sausage. Let us know what sausage you like.
I'm gonna say, you know the PO box. Send it by now.
And if you want to try any of us,
you want to try any of our sausage, drop us an email.
They're currently unavailable.
Distribute
it. But
customer demand is
who knows? They could be back in stock in the near future. Who knows?
We keep talking like this. They all will be back.
Yes,
they all will be
they'll
back.
be on discount quicker than you can say fuck.
So anyway, moving on. We're all very happy. Our sausages are all very happy.
No alcohol as well. It's a good one
for you too, maybe.
Oh, so.
No.
So, what are we talking about?
Shall we start with a bit of football? Because Don loves football so much.
No, Craig, actually, he weren't here last week, and you watched that thing for him because he wasn't here. Why didn't you shoot on him for that?
Marbula 1, I did. Yeah. Wherever, I don't know. It's in the notes somewhere.
Just shoot on him. Shoot on him for not being here.
No, you know what I will say? Marbula 1. I went out my way to watch 3 fucking episodes. Yeah. Marbula 1. So to finish this tournament, I fucking loved it.
It's fucking good, isn't it?
And I don't know why. This
isn't shooting on him. This isn't the way that I envisioned this conversation.
You didn't, did you?
No.
It's because I didn't tell you what the thing was about the Marbula 1.
I'm heading over to Dudley.
Was dead good. It was fucking dead good.
Right, so just context for people that haven't watched it, it's Gel's Marbula 1. I got into this over lockdown. It's put on like a real race. Like you've got split times. Like there's a commentator with a marble. He's got a tiny desk. He's got everything. It's so fucking well done. All the marbles have their own. Watch it. I promise you will love it. Just for stupidity.
There's a fucking leader marble to get them set up for the fucking pre-laps. If there's an accident or something like that, marble car comes in to fucking cut them off and slow them down. Mate,
don't mind. I've not even mentioned the Marble Olympics, the summer and the winter variations. So I'm waiting for them to drop. So,
but at the same time, fuck you for making me watch it.
Also, what would your team be? Who's your team?
I don't know, mate. We loaded up fucking the fucking Marbula 1, and I was like, I like that green marble there. And like he was smashing everybody, and he was knocking people out, and then they disqualified him. I'm like, what's he getting disqualified for? It's a fucking marble.
It was either Minty Maniacs or Team.
He put his hand on the ref. I did.
Oh, we're happy about it. We're happy about it.
My team's the O Rangers because they have the most iconic call in the entire thing. This is what brought them to. So the crowd all have a chance for each one. Their call is quite simple. It's oh, and that's it. And the
So
crowd
you've
are
picked
mental for it.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah, basically.
That's exactly what you
But
do.
they are beasts. I love
Okay.
So
insane.
good way to get through a lockdown. I will say that it was a highlight. But yeah, that
Well,
was my weird sport.
if you've ever wanted to know what Gimli does during a lockdown, now you know.
Gimli.
You've got his beard, mate. Come on,
Gimli.
get on. Fucking hell.
I've just been rewatching. I'm rewatching them.
You're gonna pull me up on that.
Dude, if I don't, there'd be more people that do it for you.
Oh, fuck him, the nonsense. Yeah, Captain, I'm looking at you. I know you've been watching it with him. The extended version, you fucking virgins. Anyway, with your sex DVDs. Just a quick shout out before we go into our football conversation. This is called Shooting the Breeze for a reason. I want to give a shout out to Morty. Morty, you are a gold medalist. You beat the air over the weekend by the looks of it from what I've seen on social media. But congratulations, Morty. You're a gold medalist. Taekwondo!
That was dead good.
Well
I definitely
done,
feel like his video may make a little appearance as well at some point.
Good.
Because, and not even to take the piss. I mean, at some point I probably will. But
A little bit, yeah.
yeah, only a little bit. Like, don't want to get slapped. But fair play to him. Fair fucking play to him.
Fair cop.
Definitely.
Absolutely. He's
So,
gone
well
back.
done, son.
He's worked really hard to get there, and he's never had the bottle to go into one of these competitions before. Yeah, that's the best way that's the nicest way that I can put it. Like, obviously, he's had his reasons why he don't want to do it, but he's gone and done it, and he's fucking got gold. So fair play to him. Absolutely,
definitely.
you can't knock that. You can't knock that one bit.
No knocking it. We will take the piss at some point.
I'm taking the piss now, but at the same time, I'm congratulating him.
It's like a backhanded compliment now.
No.
But like in a nice way.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
straight up,
Like,
well done. We love you. You done fucking great.
Yeah,
but I'm going to rip you in a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
I
you
like
didn't get sex that night, you're definitely getting ripped even more.
Mate,
It's
you've
as
got to
simple
have
as
got
that.
blown after that. Fair
Yeah,
play.
you
Come
walk
on.
in with a gold medal in your house.
Yeah.
Your dick ain't getting sucked for a gold medal coming back to your house. Fuck me, man. I'm
what
going to
was the
suck
point
it.
in doing the medal? What was
Mate,
the point
I'd
in
be
getting the
walking.
medal?
I'd be walking with a gold medal on it.
Yeah,
Abs.
ready.
And do you know what? Morty's got it. Morty's got the fucking length to have
Yeah,
it hanging
from
around that.
From what
Do you know
what
I'm
I've
saying?
heard, he walks around with a horse cock, so it's like fucking drop it.
Yeah.
Donkey
Dongberg.
dick. You know what I'm saying?
Dongberg.
Dongberg.
Ding dong. Like all
I
the-
remember my daughter, like, being quite young, right? We were sat in a fucking restaurant. Yeah, I'll cover it up, Craig. Don't worry. Right. But we got a chanting Domberg. Oh, her mum was fuming. It was great.
I love
Wonder why
that.
we never lasted. Let's move on to football.
Well, there ain't been a shitload of it, has there? Let's be honest.
There hasn't.
Someone, there
God
was
save
a
the Queen.
Queen decided to fuck off, like, so because of that, we had no football. But what we did have with an interesting moment was Man City, Chelsea, and Rangers all asked if they could play God Save the King out of respect before their games. And FIFA politely said no, because they don't do anything like that before any game. But they're not going to be playing their own FIFA anthem either. There's going to be a silence, wear the black armbands, that's it. So City and Chelsea went, all right, fair enough, like, we'll have a minute silence, wear the black bands. Rangers, however, went, nah, we're having God Save the King. And they went, nah, don't do that, because you're not allowed. And Rangers went, we're still doing it.
Yeah.
And they did. Rangers, they did the minute silence, and then start playing through the stadium was God Save the King. And all Napoli could do was stand there and do fuck all about it, because they had 0 fans there.
Yeah.
So Rangers were at home against Napoli, and Napoli had no fans, so they just had to
Fucking
stand there.
Got no fans.
You got to
mate.
hate the Italians,
fans.
don't you?
They
Like,
just said-
the Italians are fucking
They
just
don't give a
cunts, are
fuck,
they?
do they?
They're just cunts.
If it's out down the road, they ain't interested.
Exactly.
Fuck them.
Cunts.
Pack of
Absolute
bastards.
cunts. You know, when it comes to Scottish people, right? Obviously, we hate Italians for that reason. Do you know what I'm saying? But normally, the side of Scotland that I fall on is for Celtic. because, you know, that religion thing and so on and so forth. Not that I really care. I'm going to hell a long time ago. But Celtic is normally the side that I fall on. However, you've got to give props when props are due. Fair play, Rangers.
Yeah.
And the other team that need a shout out is West Ham. If we didn't shout them out on the last episode, we'll shout
We
them out
did,
here.
but we'll do it again.
Because on the day that the Queen sadly passed away, you know, there was a couple of games being played in the Europa League. There was 2 teams in England at home that were Man United and West Ham. Man United, 1 minute silence. That's what they stuck to. The crowd were dead. That, you know, Man United lost that game as well. 1-0, dodge penalty. Let's not talk about it. They did better in their next performance in the Europa League, 2-0 away from home against Sheriff, who I was happy to tell everybody in the pub who they were and that they'd beat Real Madrid the previous season at the Bernabeu in the Champions League, just to prove a point of who this team was. They're not just the little engine that could. They were the little engine that did last season. Okay, motherfuckers.
The sheriff turned up last season.
Yeah, they did. They shot the sheriff. That's correct.
Was the deputy saved, or do you get it as well?
No one cares.
I'm trying to get involved with something I don't understand.
No, but I still don't care about the deputy. Still don't care about the deputy. Like, I heard that Martin Allen was there too and he got shot. So
I heard he was the deputy.
He was.
I heard he pulled the trigger and the gun blew up.
Nice. That's a solid one, that is. But West Ham, they also chose to sing during the minute silence, God Save the Queen, on the day that she passed. And obviously Rangers have followed suit by disobeying FIFA's rules. Fuck you, FIFA. And doing what should have been done initially.
Yeah.
Fair play. Well done.
Well, on the flip to the Rangers, let's go to Celtic. Because what Celtic did was during the minute silence, they knew the fans were going to shit all over the minute silence. So they opted for a 1 minute applause, didn't they?
Okay.
And the fans started singing, "Clap if you hate the royal family."
Oh, yes. Oh, fucking what a rib, man. What a rib.
2 sides to a coin.
Yeah, you don't understand. I think for anyone that's not from the UK, they, like, even England, like the UK in general, if you were not from here, you don't understand. It's very much like you either love them or you hate them. There is no, they're all right. There's genuine passion.
I generally don't care for them in general. I my mum will be listening to so much shit that she watches on a daily basis about the royal family. And I'll just go, what are you listening to that shit again? And it's like one-sided news rags slagging Meghan Markle off. And I'm just like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You're not
when she becomes your queen, just remember that. Because
I'm saying, you're not forming an opinion.
Could be coming to a tunnel in Paris soon. Just saying.
You can once again follow us on the McCanns Did Everything podcast. Also, mentioning those motherfuckers, right? They were on the news today.
Oh, of course they fucking were.
They were.
Why have they fucking sold another kid?
No, so
lost one. Sorry.
I just finished my lunch and I was walking through the living room.
Did you have tapas?
I had
Indian?
a stir fry actually. Just dead basic, but it was nice enough for lunch. Walking back through, BBC News was on. It was lunchtime news, and they were talking about the McCanns. So what has happened is that based on one of the Portuguese detectives and sort of their open testimony in a book that they have wrote, the McCanns are now being actually pursued by Portuguese authorities for the involvement in the disappearance of their daughter. And they have just had a case that they wanted it to be thrown out, basically, and the court have ruled against their appeal on that stage. Now, they can appeal that decision, and they have X amount of days to do so, but it seems that they're finally going to be brought to some sort of justice in Portugal by the looks of things.
As they should be.
I think that's quite promising.
Yeah.
As they should be. I'm sorry. You decided to by your story, go out for food and leave your children of what age? I believe 3 and
They're all under. They're all
8.
under. They're all toddlers.
Yeah, there's all. Yeah.
You decide, even if you went next door, you decided to leave them. No, fuck you. Fuck you. I hope you get fucking everything deserved. May you burn in fucking hell.
Hey, don't bring them to hell. I don't want them there.
No, I don't.
No,
want
they're
them
going
there
to
either.
super hell. They're going to super hell.
I think, based on their
Lots of them.
status and the money that they have pumped into everything over the years, that's the only reason this has got as much coverage as it's got. There are kids that disappear probably on a daily basis. The parents don't have the money for it. I'm sure there's a case of this abroad as well, where a similar thing kind of happened anyway. I think the mom was taking a shower and the kid was on the front bit of the complex, and that kid got abducted and obviously sadly never seen again. But they had to find money to get home. That's how much of a struggle it was for them. Whereas the McCanns, obviously in their privileged position, I know they've worked for that, and I'm not disputing that they've worked to earn their money, but it's a completely different story that they can afford to buy press and write books and publish books and get all this exposure. They've made just as much. They've made more money than they've spent on the case over the years.
Are they even together anymore? Don't they
Who
break
gives
up?
Who gives a
Not
shit?
that I care. I'm just but I mean, because I've
don't know.
always been on the side of it. It was her, and he covered it, kind of thing. But
Get beyond yours, mate.
Yeah, to be on the to jump on the back of that, in the UK alone, there's over 70,000 children go missing each year.
Yeah,
that's a ridiculous number. A ridiculous number.
Why one kid more important than anyone else's kid?
Because you had some money in your fruit out there.
Yeah, and you knew people.
So they are technically still married, according to the news article that I'm reading. It doesn't say that they've split up anything like that. They're still in the same property that they lived before they obviously moved out there. And basically they've lost their latest stage of the libel battle against a Portuguese detective. So hopefully it's going the way of getting some justice against them.
Fuck those fucks.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. And then my kids are kicking off. See? And we wondered why they sold one of theirs.
Sold, murdered, take your pick. Something happened
Ended
regardless.
Up in a kebab.
Yeah. So can I tell you about something I've watched today?
Absolutely.
I've seen the trailer to the new Hellraiser.
Okay.
It's dropped. It looks interesting.
Oh.
Get a chance. It's October the 7th. It drops.
But the movie comes out October 7th.
It's on Hulu. And I believe
it's interesting with Halloween ends landing on October 14th, I believe.
Yes. But you actually get a look at Pinhead. I say that in quotation because technically it doesn't have a name, but it looks awesome. Just give it a check. I'll try and if I find the link, I'll send it over to you boys to have a watch. It's like a minute and a half, but it looks awesome. So,
and is it a TV series then on Hulu?
I believe it might be. I believe it is a series.
Okay.
But if it's not,
I'm glad that you've brought the full knowledge of expertise
I saw
this moment.
I saw a trailer about half an hour before we hit record today,
fair.
So I haven't been able to really look into anything else. But
you knew it was coming, bro. Oh, brilliant!
It's a trans actor in it. It's
Blurred Dawn. I know you want it.
I see you want it right now.
I see that Blurred Dawn.
No, it's right. We're in blurred dawn. We're in blurred times now.
I've been watching Cobra Kai.
Series season dropped, didn't it?
Yeah, so it obviously internet connection issues happened there. But I've been watching Cobra Kai. To give you an indication, I'm currently on season 3. I've watched up to season 3 previously. I've never watched 4 or 5, and I know 4's been out a while now, and 5 has only just recently come out. But yeah, I'm up to season 3, and I'm enjoying that. I am enjoying that.
I have got to start watching it. A few people told me, including yourself, to watch it. I still haven't started it. But I started watching that I Am a Killer on Netflix.
Yes, yeah,
There's 3
you
seasons
talked
of that.
about that a
Previously,
couple of
Well, I
weeks
binged the
now.
fuck out of it. But
Nice.
that's gone. That's finished.
Oh,
That
is it limited?
It was 3. There's 3 seasons which I've watched. So there's like, I can't remember how many episodes it was, about 10 episodes maybe season. But it's definitely worth a watch. But then that took me to have you ever heard about the Cecil Hotel or the Cecil Hotel or the Cecil Hotel?
Yeah.
So I've read about the Cecil Hotel loads.
Good documentary.
And then I decided to watch the thing.
Just for people who don't know who the Cecil Hotel is, what is the Cecil Hotel?
So it's a hotel in the middle of what do they call it? Fucking it's like the slums.
It's like Murder Row in Los Angeles, isn't it?
I completely forgot what they call it now.
Shithole. Skid Row, is it?
Skid Row, that's it. So yeah, it's right
It's
in the
gone
heart of
wild.
Skid Row. And so like all this shit keeps up, like people were dying in there all the while, people getting murdered, overdosing, committing suicide, wherever. There was prostitution, there's all kinds of shit going on in there constantly. It's happened all the while. It's in the middle of this Skid Row area, which is basically the homeless state, basically within there. But there was one case where this Elsa, I want to say Elsa or Lisa, Elsa Lam, that's it.
Elsa Lam, yeah.
Elsa Lam. So Elsa Lam, and
Yeah,
the
I know
video
about
went
this
viral
story.
with her
Yeah.
in the elevator, and fuck me, it's definitely worth a watch for everyone that hasn't watched it or even read about it. It's definitely worth a shout.
It's a dark story.
It is.
It's a very dark story.
And at the same time, like, because of what it is, I mean, spoiler alert, people, but she was bipolar.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that's what ended up doing her. But you watch the whole thing throughout, and you don't know where it's going. You honestly don't know where it's going. It's definitely a good watch.
It takes a left turn story.
Yeah.
So there's a band I listen to called Skinned, SKYND. And all their songs are named after either victims or serial killers, and they did a song about Elsa, and then sort of did the research since. But all the stories saying that potentially she was linked with Scientology, and she was left Scientology, and that's been implicated.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things it could have been, but it's never been found out. And the way they found her body, spoiler alert again, is pretty grim. But anyway, bringing the mood down a bit. But yeah, it is a very interesting story. I will say that
it's an interesting watch. It's definitely one to check out. Definitely.
19 death/suicides over the years in that hotel.
There you go.
According to what I'm reading at this present moment in time, the building opened up in 1924. And the first death was 1927. Suicide, gunshot to the head. Suicide was a very, very common theme across the years at that hotel. But the story that we're talking about is from 2013. There was actually a death in 2015 as well. And that's the last reported one at that location.
Yeah, I think it's probably the most famous hotel in the world with that sort of history, next to maybe H.H. Holmes' Murder Hotel.
Yeah.
Which I think that's probably a fair shout to say.
Yeah. But Hotel Cortez, ain't it? Like American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Murder House.
Brilliant season, by the way.
The hotel's amazing. I fell in love with Lady Gaga because of that.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I've heard, and I've still not watched yet. And I really need to fix that.
Yeah, you do. Definitely need to fix that.
I do.
We're going on watching just to move away from people getting murdered, although we are moving on to someone who did also die. I watched Bret versus Owen SummerSlam 94 cage match.
Good choice.
Randomly fancied watching something, wanted to watch a throwback. Did a wheel generator because that's what I do. Give me 94. Did the same again for the pay-per-views. Gave me SummerSlam. So boom, there we go. There's only one choice. It was Bret Owen. Had to happen.
Good
Anyone
choice.
who's not seen that, fucking hell, it's good.
If you had to give it a star rating now, off the top of your head, what would the star rating be?
It's 5-star.
5.
Yeah, we had it. That is a 5-star cage match, and it's not easy to say that about a cage match.
Big blue cage as well.
5-star for the big blue cage.
You know what it is? You know what? It's the big suplex, any the big superplex.
Yeah.
Like that for its time was just like wow.
You what I will say with that as well, not the suplex, that match, Bret Hart's Bulldog, like when he put that fucking Bulldog, it's so. When Bret dropped that, it was fucking beautiful, and the way Owen sold it made it look like it was such a high impact, painful move.
He makes it look like
Absolutely.
a
It
finish.
was
He makes it look like
brilliant.
a potential finisher. Let's be honest.
And that's why
Absolutely
after Bret's 5 moves of doom, he would go for a cover because any one of them could have been a finish.
Yeah.
Amazing.
In a Survivor Series match, that would have been all members of the other team.
Without a doubt, you fucking jobber. You know what I mean? Like literally, all of you are jobbing out to one of my 5 moves of doom.
Rack them up, knock them all down.
Thanks for turning up, you cunts. And one thing that I am looking forward to coming out on Netflix, I think probably by the time this airs, I think it's due on the 21st of September, is the Dharma.
Yes.
Evan Peters.
Peters
film
again,
with
linking
American Horror Story star Evan Peters.
Yeah.
And I do love me a bit of Evan Peters, so I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that. It looks really good. Trailers dropped for that too, so check that out.
Is that the one with the eye? It's when it's like, I think the teaser trailer at least is so they just zoom in on his one eye.
Well, there's an extended one now.
I haven't seen the I just saw the teaser trailer,
which I've watched. So yeah, I can't remember the teaser one, but there's an extended one out there now.
Okay.
I tend to avoid trailers.
Yeah, me too. But it popped
trying
up
to
on my
jump in.
phone, and I just thought, fuck it, I'll watch it.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm trying to
definitely looking forward
avoid
to watching it.
everything to do with Halloween Ends in terms of a trailer this time round.
Yeah.
I've seen the trailer for Halloween. To be fair, when Halloween Kills come out and the 2018 version, I watched both trailers, and like, not to say that it spoiled the movie in the slightest for me on both occasions, but it did give away certain things. Like, you know, when you're seeing dead bodies in the park for Halloween Kills, for example, and the outfits that they're in, when you see them characters pop up in the timeline, you're like, oh, they're going to die because they're in them outfits that were in the trailer. So it's
that's the problem with trailers for horror films in general. I think the trailers you get for, say, Jordan Peterson films, you know, like Nope, Get Out and that, they're vague enough, they don't make sense. So you can watch them and go, all right, Jordan Peele even. You watch them and you're like, that doesn't make any sense. Even when you watch the films, like, I can't remember. I think the only one I can ever remember is Get Out, when he's in the water in his mind. It was like, okay, so they're drowning him. Why? And so, right, that makes more context now. But they're really good trailers for that. Just offshoot off that. But I'm not a big fan of horror trailers, generally speaking.
I think trailers in general have just ruined films, like, for me. Like, because they give their best bits now, right? Yeah. And sometimes the trailers are like 2 minutes plus. And really, if they're showing the best bits of a 90-minute movie in 2.5 minutes, well, the rest of it's probably going to be a lot of drag and storytelling, and sometimes not very good storytelling either. So trailers just ruin stuff.
It's the problem in it with the era we're in, because people haven't got that thing where they want to sit down and watch. So it's like bang it in, bang it out, like fucking done.
See, to me, a good trailer really should be like the first minute or so of the movie, as long as nothing crazy happens. Set a scene, like in a slasher film, for instance, the killer's about to get someone, and you can see the setup of it, and you can do whatever, and then just before the killer really strikes, stop. Film title, over. Because that to me is more compelling.
Have you seen
a film? You don't know when that is in the movie, do you? Do you know what I mean? It could be the opening credits. It could be middle of the road.
That could be an alarm.
Could be. Have you seen the film Hide and Seek?
Yes, great film.
Absolutely quality film. That is quality. Now, I saw the trailer for that before that. I seen that film. Didn't know what the fuck I was about to watch. Watched the trailer and I was like, okay, well, let's see what this is about then. Fucking amazing. Didn't expect that. Loved it.
Good.
Fucking brilliant.
It reminds me of the trailer to a film called You're Next, which if you ever watch it, it's a home invasion movie.
It's one with Eric Rowan in, right?
No, it's not.
And that the mask, getting the
Yeah, it's
sheep
the
mask.
mask. Yeah, the
sheep
that's what I'm
mask,
saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you meant the actual
Nah.
Eric Redbeard.
Nah.
But yeah, that's an amazing film. That's a really good, like, sort of, and plus it's a bit of a twist on the sort of standard home invasion. But I'm not going to spoil it. If you've not watched it, by all means, you're next. That's my recommendation of the week. Because apparently I'm doing that now.
Apparently you do.
Why not?
What else have we got to talk about before we move in?
Let's do some modern wrestling.
Okay.
Before we jump into like the bigger stuff, let's start with NXT 2.0. That ended
Just trying to get me more tired and drunk, aren't you?
Yeah. This week's episode of 2.0 ended, and as it ended, they ran a promo, and at the end of the promo, the old black and gold NXT logo flashed up.
Yeah, it did.
It was split second. But that was the black and gold, so that was exciting. And then a couple of days later, we find out War Games is coming to Survivor Series.
Yeah.
And there's 2 of them now.
Is there going to be 2 War Games matches between the women and the men, or
2 War Games matches? Yeah. So that's that.
Have we got any speculation to who the teams might be or what the feud might be?
It's got to be the Bloodline, hasn't it, versus someone in one of them. It's got to be.
Yeah. You why wouldn't you got to have that in? Yeah.
That's your main attraction right now.
Because then as well, there's Roman doesn't have to defend the title. He doesn't have to. He can keep the title for another pay-per-view. It's a smart way to keep hold of it without him actually.
And it's a draw as well, especially for a big one of the big 5.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
So
it's something exciting because let's be honest, the main roster, right? They've watched what NXT have done with things like War Games, and they've gone, "Oh, that'd be cool if we could do something like that." Do you know what I mean?
NXT War Games. I can't think of a bad one.
Amazing.
They've
all been good. All been
good. Even in the shitty little arena, the leisure centre, like that they've been doing it in. Like even that War Games was good though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It would probably be your lowest on the list, but it was still good.
But it's not a bad War Game.
It still wasn't bad though. No,
it was better than all of WCW's productions.
Yeah. I will say this. I'd probably say with the women's, I'd say it's something to do with damage control.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Damage control and 2 others against a team of, I'd even want to say Liv Morgan. Going off from the
go.
But then again, we're speculating. Something I want to bring up from modern wrestling. The announcement of the main event of Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns will defend the unified WWE World Championship against 1-0 Logan Paul in the main event.
Oh, it's technically 2-0 if you include his tag team match, right?
In singles competition, then, should I say?
All right, thank you. You know how I get with these things.
I know you're pedanticness. 1-0, fucking £2 million. I've got a Pokemon card. In fairness, from his showing against the Miz, he's not bad. But fuck me, don't.
He's gonna have a good match.
Yeah.
He's technically an outside draw.
Big draw as well.
Big draw.
You've seen some dead bodies in Japan.
Oh, mate.
He's
never forget.
He's been on Tinder with some sidemen.
Yeah.
And I think that's the route that we're going down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has been impressive in the ring.
Yeah, can't take that away from him.
Which means he's going to be able, if he can hang with the Miz, right? And let's be honest, people discredit the Miz's ability a lot.
Johnny Cage. I'm not disputing that.
They think he's a safe wrestler and he's not going to be able to do this and he's not going to be able to do that. And then he goes and drags that match out of SummerSlam against Logan Paul, right?
You broke up.
Yeah.
I said then he goes and drags that match out of Logan Paul at SummerSlam.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Right. Because that match was class.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So that was with the Miz. That we're talking Roman Reigns at the top of his game right now. Yeah. We're talking about the greatest storyteller, the PWI 500's number one wrestler, right, in the world right now. Yeah, there's no disputing what Roman Reigns brings to the table anymore. And if you're still caught up on being an AEW mark, right, if you're still caught up on wins and loss records, and you're still caught up on Tony Khan being a massive cokehead who just loves fucking sucking off his roster, then that's on you, because Roman Reigns is doing something special over in the Fed.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
He's been given the time to do it as well. And I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
That is the thing, so.
You can hate Vince for throwing him down your throat, right, as much as you want. And we've all been there. We've all sat there and gone,
what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't want this. Why has he won that Rumble?
Yep.
Where the fuck was Daniel Bryan? We've all sat there and said it.
Yeah.
We've all done it. We've all been there. But watch it now, right? And just fucking appreciate what you're watching.
Yeah.
Simple
That
as
match that match he had with Drew McIntyre.
Mate.
At the Clash. That was amazing.
We talked about this last week as well, didn't we, Rob?
Crazy.
So I went back and I watched the matches again. Watched the show again. And I was saying those 3 matches that we talked about the most, I think we should have rated them 5s. We undersold them. After watching them again, like really sitting down and paying attention to them, it was so fucking good. The story throughout as well. And Roman, like you said, he's just doing something special now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. God mode, you know.
Also.
God mode has been activated.
Absolutely. And if he
actually gave Gunther and Sheamus a 5,
the
first one given in a few years.
Absolutely.
Which totally get why it was fucking fantastic. It really was. But yeah, I agree. The 3 matches should. I don't know. We don't really do retroactive stars, do we?
No.
Move on. But
No. That is what it was. But yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
It was
good.
good.
The company's going. It's good to see what direction they're going with the company now.
It is. The thing is, if Roman Reigns in 6-12 months' time says, I want to go and make a movie, nothing's stopping him. He's on that career path. If he wants to go and be the next Dwayne Johnson, he can certainly go and be that. And there's not been anybody in that time period, other than obviously The Rock, that probably could go and do it. And he's already made a start by appearing in a Fast and Furious spin-off / movie. Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah.
Alongside The Rock. So get the rub as well. You know what I mean?
Oh, the family going to look after each other at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. If you've watched Young Rock, you know what the Rock's background is. He's going to stay humble and he's going to look after his family. Yeah. That's it. It's as simple as that. And that's how it should be. He's been at the very bottom of, a struggling society and a struggling family. So to him to be at the top now in terms of financial stability and, fucking Instagram followers, because that's a thing these days, right? Yeah. Like that. Fucking hell. I can't believe I'm even saying that, Those words just left my fucking mouth. But that's how the world works.
Yeah.
That's how the world works. You've got millions of Instagram followers. You're going to do well in life.
Yeah. So
that's a flex. Get on with the main event.
Yeah, let's go.
I
don't think there's anything else to talk about.
No, I think
Bray Wyatt's coming back. No, there's nothing else. There's nothing else. Well,
Don, if I don't beat you this week, I'm retiring.
I'm going to throw out right now, before we even start this, before Don spins our wheel, before he hits that music, I'm going to say, if you don't beat Don this week, you really need to quit. Don,
he's going to
hit the music.
It's now time for Testing Rainman with your host, the Bastard, Craig Challoner.
Ladies and gentlemen, Testing Rainman this week. It's Bret Hart edition.
You motherfucker.
So, after a little bit of an emotional moment for us, this should definitely get us cracking.
Do I refer to some of the material that I have there?
At least
what's his height? What's his height? 6'2", 200.
What was his actual weight?
Yeah. What did he do in his career? Yeah. You know that speed reading gif? Have you seen that one? Like the fucking bloke in Africa.
I was going to say just that
the African bloke.
Africa's Got Talent.
He goes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like
And
Short
he-
Circuit and Johnny Five, where you could just speed read things like that.
That's what that guy does in Africa. It's dead good.
Really, I haven't seen this.
Yeah, world
Trouble-
record for reading the book. It's amazing.
Honestly, Don, you should watch that shit.
Oh, mate. Fucking before we get to Testing Rainman, I accidentally stumbled across Africa's Got Talent once on Sony TV. And trust me, it's the best TV ever. Because the guys come on there, they do whatever they're going to do. Sometimes shit, sometimes it's great. But the judges, to say they don't give a fuck is a whole new level. Like if they come out and go, I can pull a rabbit over that girl's asshole, and they don't do it, the judge is going to straight up call them a fucking cunt and go, what you doing, prick? Fuck off. It's fucking amazing.
Don't we need to do
Amazing.
a watch along of Africa's Got Talent?
I'd be down for
Fuck.
that because it'd be funny.
It's amazing. It's amazing. But anyway, Testing Rayman, Bret Hart. Let's not stall anymore. Question number 1. When did Bret Hart make his TV debut in the WWF?
He knows the answer to this already.
Nah, don't. What a rib.
I'm going to say 89 on an episode of Superstars. I don't know.
What a guess. What a rib. So 86 was WrestleMania 2, Don, to give you an idea. And he was there.
He debuted afterwards.
It's all right. Just don't put WrestleMania 6 in your top 5 gimmicks.
I'll go with 85. Like, yeah.
85.
Don't know what on. WWF challenge or
He debuted August 29th in a tag team match where he teamed with the Dynamite Kid in 1984.
Too bad.
So at that point, there'd be the Hot Dogs.
The Hot Dogs. I don't even know what the fucking crack was with that. It was literally a one and done. Oh, the chair's got punched already. I'm liking this.
I was 1 year out. That was one year out, and I was contemplating going back to 84. I was contemplating it, and I'm livid.
Okay. Who gave Bret Hart the moniker The Excellence of Execution? So, who gave Bret Hart the moniker The Excellence of Execution?
Put me
Gorilla
down, Jesse
Monsoon.
Ventura. Jesse
Ooh,
Ventura.
both you jumping right in there. One of you is correct as well. Well done, Rob.
Oh, yeah!
Yes.
Look, we had a 50-50 at that point. That's
Yeah.
one way or the other.
It was good.
I felt it needed to be the face commentator, but like if Brett was more heel when it was decided, then absolutely it could have been Jesse.
Yeah.
The first time he actually called him as well wasn't actually during a match. It was on a backstage segment, or was it? I don't know. It might have been
Bobby
that
the
gimmick.
Brain in and
Yeah,
like
that he thing that did
prime
with Bobby.
time.
That's it, prime time. So Brett joined Jimmy Hart's The Hart Foundation, as we established on a previous show. The Hart Foundation was originally fucking Jimmy Hart and Jim Neidhart. So Brett joined them in 1985. They teamed together up until their split in 91. During their time, they only held the tag titles twice. Question, who did they beat in those matches? And a bonus point, if you can tell me why the second win was a controversial victory.
Can I just ask a question now?
Yep.
I know this is Testing Rainman. This is the official win, so this is not the unofficials.
This is their official title reigns in the WWE.
So we're not including the Rockers beating them for the titles unofficially.
Well, this is all part of, they've won it twice. There was a controversy with the second title victory.
So I'm taking it, this is literally, I've answered the question halfway.
Like, what happened? What's the crack?
Brainbusters and Rockers, and the only reason the Rockers was controversial was because the top rope broke on the recording, so technically they never had the belt. Their Rockers never beat them. They reran the match and Hart won. That's my answer.
All right then. Thanks for letting us know. There were the champions going into that.
Yeah,
2 out of 3
that
falls
was the
match. So
champions
Don, that
going
was
in.
the thing. So like they didn't.
So yeah, that
win
was
the
a
belts back.
controversial thing.
It was a controversial moment, but
they was already the champions at that point.
now this is a struggle. I remember them with the belts, and I'd always seen them with the belts.
Yep.
But I don't fully recall who they'd beat for the belts. Okay,
I admit, like thinking of the Hart Foundation, like I said, that was in my top 5. I always felt like they were champions.
Yeah,
they did loads. They did all this, but
it's like a demolition
twice.
thing, isn't it? It's like a demolition thing. You go, oh, demolition were champions for X amount of days, but you don't remember when they won them, and you don't really remember when they lost them, but you remember them as champions.
Yeah.
So same with the Hart
I
Foundation.
think they won them on a house show. I remember Demolition winning them on a house show. If I remember.
So spoiler alert: there probably won't ever be a demolition section.
So the British Bulldogs won the titles at WrestleMania 2 against Greg Valentine and Brutus Beefcake. We were talking about
Brute force.
brute force, if you will, baby. So I think one of the teams are the British Bulldogs, and I think the second team is and they're split up in 91. So I need to picture that timeline a little bit more and think who they would have beat and why it would have been controversial. It could have been controversial for many reasons. Could have been foot on the rope in the match. It could have been the megaphone involvement. It could have been anything. It's really hard to say without knowing the exact answer. And it's probably something way left field that an average person who knows and likes wrestling is not going to think of.
You're not average. You're Rainman.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I have that big brain thing on the gimmick.
Mate, if you set yourself up for a fucking, the average man ain't going to know it.
Yeah. It's like fucking looks like Lloyd Grossman in that shooting star sketch.
Yes.
The Brainbusters
Who lives
isn't
in
a
a
bad
house like
shout.
this?
The Brainbusters isn't a bad shout, but I don't recall them with tag belts. Like for a massive amount of time, if they had them at all. Like I just can't picture it. They should have won them if they did.
Oh,
didn't.
if
They should have
didn't,
won.
what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. 91 they split up. 1990. Not the LOD. Oh, it's really hard now, Craig. Really hard. Okay. I can't. Because that would have been...
Brainbusters did hold the title at one point, by the way.
That would have been more face that point then. Towards like the end of their run, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like they would have split from Jimmy Hart, and who would have Jimmy Hart been managing?
You're on the right path.
Because it would have been a number of people. You say the Nasty Boys are in my head, like, but I just don't. I don't see it. I feel I'd remember that match. Like I remember LOD beating the Nasty Boys. I feel like I'd remember something similar, and it could have been like a SummerSlam or something. It could have been a big event, but I really do not remember. I'm gonna take a guess at it. I am gonna say the Nasty Boys now. It could have been the Brainbusters. It really could have. The controversy, I don't know. They would have used Jimmy Hart's megaphone in the finish. That's what I'm going with.
Okay, so the first one, the first win came February 7th, 1987, on a episode of Superstars and against the Bulldogs, and they won because they was the heel team at the time. Danny Davis was the referee, and he screwed the Bulldogs.
Dirty Danny Davis. Is that the controversy then? Is that?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope. But
Better,
obviously,
even better.
he screwed the Bulldogs. But yeah. So the second one was at SummerSlam in 1990. In a 2 out of 3 falls match, they beat Demolition.
Too bad.
The wrong team.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. The Nasty Boys were involved at one point because Jimmy Hart was basically sending everybody he could after the Hearts. That was the thing. So the second win is considered a controversial win because the second fall, they won by DQ. Back on Saturday Night Main Event in '87, the Foundation defended the titles against the British Bulldogs. The British Bulldogs, in the 2 out of 3 falls match, won. But the second fall was by DQ, so they didn't give them the titles.
Wow. Okay.
And that is why the second one is considered a controversial victory.
1 rule for one, 1 rule for another.
There you go. A few years apart, but that was the thing. So
and 2 out of 3 falls for tag teams was clearly
massive back then. Massive.
Clearly a big thing in that late 80s, early 90s era.
Like going back and like doing like all the research on tag teams and shit for all these, going through all the different stuff. 2 out of 3 falls was a big title, the tag titles once, and they won it from Demolition in a 2 out of 3 falls match as well.
And as we were going, as I was obviously working my brain, SummerSlam 1990 was the one that stood out.
When you said SummerSlam, I was like, oh, he's got it. And then
I just couldn't picture who it was against and what happened.
Yeah.
I need to watch some old wrestling.
Though,
you got the Bulldogs, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that gimmick, though. 2 out of 3 for tag team matches. For a title match. I like that. In a title match, 2 out of 3.
Bring it back.
Well,
yeah, man. 2 out of 3 falls was a big thing.
It's a nice T-shirt you got on there, Craig.
Do you like it? Do you like it? It's this show I go to often. They're really good, to be fair. Really good. The next one, I do believe, is in Tipton.
Yeah.
At Allen Sports Bar on the 30th of September.
1 point to you, sir. 1 point to you, sir.
So you will have fun there.
You want to see particularly?
Not really. I don't.
Completely broke up my end, so I didn't hear any of that, which means no one heard any of that.
Then you know what? Perfect. Right,
Brilliant.
Question number 4.
Okay.
Bret Hart is without a doubt one of the greatest ever to lace up the boots. Everyone knows this. Across his time in wrestling, he has won everything, pretty much. But can you tell me how many times has Bret been a singles champion within the Fed, or the E, within the WWE?
Put me down to 7. Not 8.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one. So he's a 5-time WWF champion.
Yep.
So it's working out how many intercontinental championships he's held.
Because if I remember right, and I'll tell you my working out for this.
And 8 was the rough figure that come into my head.
5-time world champion, 2-time intercontinental, and most recently US champion.
United States against the Miz, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yes, nice, Don. I like this. I like where we're going here. That's brilliant. That is. He beat the Miz in fucking like 2011.
Yeah.
That's
well done,
2012
Don.
Maybe. That's class.
Well done, Don.
Fair play to you, Don. Fair play to you.
How quick as well. That
Oh, yeah!
Fuck about with that one. That was
Fucking
fantastic.
hell. That's good. That is.
So give you his fucking reigns. It's like 8 times he was a singles champion, 5 times world champion. So Flair 92, Yoko Mania 10, obviously. Diesel Survivor Series 95, Fatal 4-Way 97,
Final 4.
Oh, final. Yeah. Sorry, the final 4
in your house.
It's in your house. Undertaker at SummerSlam 97, Intercontinental Champion, perfect. SummerSlam 91, and then Piper Mania 8, and then as you put the United States Championship against the Miz, and then he became the general manager next Raw and vacated the title.
Yeah.
Brilliant, Don.
Thank you.
Well done, sir.
I did 1.
Well done.
That's good.
I like that.
That's really good. What Craig give after, I would have been able to give.
Yeah, I couldn't have done that.
But that fucking fair play to you, because 80 is what come into my head. But I was going on intercontinental reigns.
Yeah.
Right. And the US title would have clicked, but it would have took me longer than that. So fair play to you.
To be honest, I went 7. I went, fuck
that's
US
the
title,
Amsterdam.
8.
That's good, man. Mate, I forgot about the US title. I was like 7 straight away. I mean, he's had 7. Fuck, forgot about the Miz. Completely
And
forgot
the
about
US title's considered as a WCW title, which he did hold in WCW,
Yes, he
didn't
did.
he? He did
As
in the
well as
WCW,
the
yes.
World Heavyweight Championship.
Of course.
He did. Question number 5. After Bret screwed Bret in 97, he moved over to the WCW and had a little run, didn't he?
Yes.
If you will.
Obviously, it wasn't amazing. But he did have some success. He won the world title twice.
Yes.
He won the US title 4 times. And he also won the tag team titles as well. So can you tell me who he won the tag titles with and who from?
This feels like a Wolfpack gimmick. Was he in the Wolfpack, Don?
No.
Or did he always stay in the black and white?
He was always Hollywood.
Okay.
If he wasn't on his own, he was Hollywood.
So he beat...
Except in 2000 when there was NWO 2000, but that's well ahead. That's...
Yeah.
This wouldn't have come into the timeline. I believe it's 99 he won the tag belts. I'm going to go really odd with this choice. And for some reason, I'm feeling it's Piper. And put me... Benoit and Malenko.
Was that the second part of the question? Like, what was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who
did he team with?
Who did he beat?
Benoit and Malenko is not a bad shout.
They're
is
a
it?
good tag.
To
They
be
were
fair.
actually, you know what? Honorary mention to that as a tag team as the Four Horsemen.
We've just done top 5 tag teams, but
So,
you know, when
mention, they were
two
amazing.
individuals that were really technical, they probably did well as a team.
Yeah, they really fucking did. There's some really good shit coming up, like in the later WCW stuff with them.
I'm not sure on the Piper thing. I'm not sure on
Probably,
the
I'm
Piper thing.
rethinking it now. I'm probably wrong, but Piper for some reason just sticks in my mind somehow.
Like, I'll cut Rey Mysterio in my head. Elen, by the way. Elen. Can you imagine
Right,
Bret
fine,
Hart?
Lancer.
I'd love it. I'd love
Can you imagine
that.
Bret Hart and Rey Mysterio as tag team champions?
Great.
The
That'd be interesting.
the first few names that popped to my head was Scott Hall, but like that, he was just a name that popped to my head. Then I had Sting and Luger. And I'm like, well, they always did things together, sort of thing. So I can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
they were at the hip, weren't they?
Pretty much.
I think the only time there was ever against each other was late.
The Giant seems to have like won loads of random tag titles with people.
Yeah.
But again, I don't see him and Bret with the belts. I just don't. This is really, really difficult because it could be like a Conan. You know, if it was NWO days, it could be fucking anybody.
There was a lot of NWO.
Could be Brutus the Barber fucking Beefcake. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna put Bret Hart as a tag team champion, he's got to be a big name with him. It's got to be. Did Hogan ever win it? Did Hogan ever win the tag belts? Nash had fucked off. Nash had created Wolfpack. Or did he? Yeah. And then
him and Macho.
Hall stayed, and Hall stayed. Did Hall stay?
Hall screwed them, so they a bit of random backstory. The outside of the tag champions at the time.
Yeah. No, we covered it, didn't we? It was Slamboree.
Yeah, where Sting and
like,
Sting
and the Giant, right?
But they were two different sides of the NWO split.
I'm going to say Scott Hall. I'm going to go with it. It's going to be wrong, but I don't know WCW. So,
and who was the team?
Well, on that, I'm going to go on that timeline. We haven't watched it, so I'm going to say it was quite recent after that against Kevin Nash and Conan.
Okay. We're probably so far off the mark, it's unreal.
Okay, so Bret Hart won the tag titles while he held the world title. And he won the tag titles with his upcoming opponent, Bill Goldberg.
Oh, of course he did. They did one of those gimmicks. Oh, okay. Lovely.
Yep. That was a big fucking thing for WCW.
You know what?
That was
the
massive.
The man that ended his career, he was the last. And you got to think, because, correct me if I'm wrong, this is probably his last tag team championship run.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. With the man that ended his career.
You're at the end of his run. This was a whole thing now. This was where him and Goldberg, they were shaking hands. They was telling everybody how they respected each other and they liked each other constantly. They was looking out for each other in matches. They teamed together and they beat Creative Control, who you may know as the Harris Brothers.
I'm going to say fucking Ron and Don.
Ron and Don, the Harris Brothers.
What a job tag team, man.
You know what? I knew the Harris Brothers. Didn't remember Creative Control. Didn't remember him as Creative Control. But yeah.
8-ball and Skull.
And then
or Skull and 8-ball.
On Thunder, the 7th of December, 1999.
Fucking Thunder.
And then they lost them to the Outsiders on the 13th of December.
Brilliant.
Because, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Creative Control.
So there you go.
And they lost them. That we've just like.
Yeah.
Apparently so. What a rib.
They went to the real Creative Control.
Tough question.
Good.
Yeah, that was tough.
So question 6. There is a bonus question as well today.
Okay.
Question number 6. In 1994, Bret Hart appeared in an Oliver Stone movie. That's a big point, Oliver Stone movie. However, his part was cut from the initial release, and he wasn't shown until the director's cut when this film became a cult classic. What was the movie?
Natural Born Killers.
What he said.
You know, if Don's got this right, he beats you, right?
Why? I've got the same answer.
Oh, okay. No, it is Natural Born Killers. It is.
Oh, yeah!
It was a big fucking thing that he was going to be in the film, and then it ended up getting cut.
Yeah,
it wasn't
the
until
film was really controversial at the time, so the Fed pulled it.
Yeah,
there's like,
that's
do not show him or we'll sue you.
It was a big thing, and it wasn't until this film became cult, basically, and we got the proper director's cut. It's a great movie for anyone.
Yeah, it really is.
So, keeping with acting, just for a bit of fun, bonus question. Can you tell me what character Bret played during stage production once in 2004 and then again in 2006?
That's it. That's all you're giving.
Yeah.
Stage production.
In a stage production. I knew about this because of some sketches I'd seen about it. Otherwise, I thought it was just a sketch, to be honest. I didn't realise it was an actual thing until I read up about it.
Like proper pantomime shit. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Why couldn't he play himself? What's that all about? Like?
So on the answer, what I'm going to just throw it out there. He played Santa.
I love Santa.
It's not bad, you know.
That's quality.
I'm thinking like Bret Hart after his career, sort of,
in Canada as
Canada,
Santa.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
it was that
that's
old
good.
Jesus.
That
that
is
old
good.
Jesus.
Jesus, it's not bad.
But I'm going Santa because it's less offensive.
Fuck's sake,
You're going to go Santa. Okay.
What a fucking question.
It's going to be fucking Jesus now, isn't it? It's going to be fucking Jesus.
I hope he's not Jesus. I hope it's not the Easter Bunny either, to be honest. But like,
Kwanzaa bot.
You want to sit there and you want to go like the genie. Do you know what I mean? That's what you want to say. That's what I want to say. I want to say the genie. I want to say Bret Hart played the genie. But you would have, surely you'd know this, surely. You're fucking ribbing me here, Craig. You are ribbing me hard. What a motherfucker.
He's going to turn around and say he played himself.
I am the bastard for a reason.
In a stage production. Not what the stage production was, in a stage production.
You could have helped us with that.
Fucking
I did,
great.
I told you it was Panto.
Fair, you did. That's what I'm saying.
Santa
Yeah,
appears on loads of panto.
Yeah,
Pan-
that's what I mean.
Panto,
To be
you
fair.
go, oh, Cinderella, like, you know what I mean? And I ain't
You know
being
what?
funny. I ain't
Yeah,
being
he
funny.
played
He
the
ain't
slipper.
he ain't
He
the
played the
fairy
slipper.
fucking godmother. He's like, do you know what I'm saying?
Fuck off. I think I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna change my answer. He played Prince Charming.
Okay, is that what you're going with?
Yeah. Craig's muted.
I had to have a conversation with Marie. That's what.
Oh, okay.
What else is big in Panto? Aladdin. Cinderella.
Is it culturally appropriate to him have been? Who would you have had him as, Rob?
What's the other one? What's the other one that's big?
Jafar? Oh no, sorry. I
Nah,
thought you
you'd
meant in-
have him as the Jaina. You'd have him as the Jaina. Nah, he ain't funny enough to be the Jaina, though, is he?
Yeah, but you're only thinking
He's a
Robin
4 out
Williams.
of 10.
He's a 4 out of 10.
I don't
What's
know.
the other one?
What was the
What's
name
the
of
other one?
He will kick off.
Oh, I am going to kick off. I am going to kick off. Because I like it, don't I? Clearly. That's what you're saying.
He played Elsa.
Ah, it ain't going to be Lion King. Lion King's in. He ain't going to be Hairspray. Ain't going to be Hairspray. Fuck off.
Oh, I'd love that.
I ain't having that. I ain't having Hairspray.
He played the mom.
Yeah, the mom like out of Hairspray.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't going to be that.
Yeah,
There's no
he
way
played
it's going to be that.
Christopher Walken. Yeah, he played Christopher Walken for sure.
Rocky Horror. Could it be the Rocky? No, Rocky Horror's not Panther. Come on, Craig. Don't do this to me. It's a
I
stage.
love how much you're thinking about
It's a
this.
stage production.
I put this in as a throwaway just for the giggles.
Yeah, but you've
Well,
been
you
a cunt
getting
with
it.
it. Like you
I
said,
know.
stage production. Like
I did say stage production, you're right.
in 2004 and 2006.
Played the same character twice.
It's a load of bollocks. This is. I hate it. I fucking hate it. You know what? I don't even care anymore. I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm just going to say that he played himself in whatever it was. He played Bret Hitman Hart.
Bret Hart,
Okay,
the
so we've
life
got
story.
Santa and Bret Hart played Bret
No,
Hart.
I changed to Prince Charming.
Oh, sorry, it's Prince Charming, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you ready, Rob?
If he ain't the Beast, that'd be Beauty and the Beast. I'm fuming there.
Oh, or the Beast, okay. So, Bret Hart donned his Hitman singlet along with additional costumes where he executed wrestling maneuvers on villain characters as part of his performance in the production of Aladdin as the genie.
Oh!
That, ladies and gentlemen, is probably the greatest moment in Testing Rainman history. It ain't me going around that long, but even so, that is my
What was the
favourite
score?
moment.
What was the score? Will there be another Testing Rayman?
Will there ever be a Testing Rainman again? Well, to be in all fairness, you work
I've
together on all
sat
these
here.
fucking things.
I have sat here debating a stage production. A stage production for the best part of 10 minutes. I have listed panto after panto after character after character. And the first one, let the record show, the first one said, I'd love him to be the genie because that'd be funny.
You said he was a 4 out of 10.
That'd be dead good. He'd be a 4 out of 10 genie because he's not funny enough to be the genie. That's what I
Neither
said.
was Will Smith.
My
You did?
words.
You did
My
say that?
words. He's not funny enough.
He's not
to be
funny
the
enough to
genie.
be the genie, is your
That's
words.
a merch alert. That's a merch alert.
He's not funny enough to be the genie.
Rob Campbell.
The fact that Princess Jasmine and myself as Aladdin,
Oh,
the fact that my favourite wrestler of all time, the United States heavyweight champion of the world, was the genie. Well, no wonder Shawn Michaels broke hearts because my heart is broken now. I'm taking it as a win. I don't fucking care. What a rip.
So what was the final score?
Oh, fucking hell.
Probably
Like
won.
2-2 or something like that.
Well, obviously,
1-1.
you did answer a bunch of these together as well. But fuck me, that's killed me. I love that. That was my favourite question, my favourite moment ever. So you got Gorilla Monsoon.
Good luck editing, you prick.
You got. I don't edit. Fucking shoot the breeze. Shooting the breeze, mate. The Bulldogs. You got 1 point on that, Robert. Don didn't get that one.
Yeah.
And then the others is what you got together. So, yeah. Rob won.
At least I've got something to go home and be
only
happy
by 1
about
point
when
though.
I get into bed.
And in all fairness, Don did actually give a couple of them answers straight up first.
Hey, Don did really well. Really well.
He did. Maybe we'll bring Sting in one day.
Don't have me as fraud.
But that, ladies and gentlemen,
questions.
was Testing
Why
Rainman.
couldn't you have asked questions about that time he played a cowboy?
Nah, that was too standing out. He wore it. That. Everyone knew about that one.
Rob, what was the name of the show?
That cowboy show.
Right there.
I think it was White Dove. I think something like White Dove or something like that comes to mind.
I can't cheat. Watch me.
It's Lonesome Dove, innit?
Yeah, that was it.
Lonesome Dove, that's the one. I was going to say like Lonesome Ranch. Lonesome Dove, what a gimmick. Fucking hell, man. What a fucking rib.
So, yeah, he played Genie. I don't think you'll ever forget that.
I don't think I'll ever live this fucking moment down for the rest of my existence on this godforsaken planet because you fucked me.
I did. Raw, hard, and proper.
Just the way I like it. Yeah, nice 1993 reference there. That hurts my voice. Guess we'll see you next week. I'm Rob Campbell.
I am your bastard, Craig Challoner.
And I love curry sauce. Oh, I love coleslaw.
No, eat more now.
Eat the barbecue.
Hell, you little sub. Fucking hell. We ain't fucking started an OnlyFans or a Patreon yet. Fucking save it for then.
I'll give my shit away for free.